Hopefully this will work now. $9.36. It is $9.36. You can hear me now? Oh, there it is. Hopefully that'll be better. Brother Rat, welcome to the jungle. Having a little technical difficulty, but getting through it. Let's see here, get this thing up to speed. Sheila Andrews, welcome. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the jungle. Meant to start this a little earlier, but wifey ended up handing me more chores. Can't seem to get away from it. LLC, welcome to the jungle, my friend. E1337. You're a Canuck, aren't you? Oh yeah, a silver snake bites all the time. Oh my goodness, she thinks I got just a little bit of freedom. Gone. I'm still trying to catch up with stuff. I got a test to do to see if I can get a new job. I got to do some sort of online thing for a different new job. No guarantee I'm going to get it, but she sees me sitting at the computer, therefore I'm not doing enough. So I just got done feeding all the rabbits. That's a lot of rabbits. You need a stack of gold bags. Welcome to the jungle, Abram Taylor. Thank you, TJF. I appreciate it. Garbage Man Stacking. Welcome to the jungle. Del M. Just for clarification, you're the same Del M that told me to send the dimes to Tuli, and you want the sticker around the stickers, or is that a different person? Okay, cool. I'm rearranging the envelopes. You'll get your stickers. She'll get the dimes. She's already got stickers coming. Judith and Dan Davis, hello, welcome to the jungle. So I intended to go live shortly after Raven. Wifey found me sitting at the computer. TuliTuli! There's Princess Tuli. Okay. To bring everyone up to speed, I have done everyone's envelopes, but Dale M. told me I sent him the wrong stuff from before. Instead of 2 dimes, I sent him 2 quarters. Said keep it. He had already sent it back. So I was getting ready to send it to him. And Dale M. told me to send it to Tuli. So your envelope's going to get opened up and more stuff's put in. And Dale's going to get stickers. And that's going to bring us up to snuff. So if you get a chance, Tuli, tell Del M thank you, if you want to. Yeah, you just heard that. You're a very vibrant young lady with good parts. Your ears are probably working better than mine. Everybody loves you, Tuli. Yeah. And to bring you up to speed, because Tuli did a live stream a few days ago. She didn't understand, because she didn't catch my short. And I put it in the short that the 2 mods that have been with me and supported me the strongest and the longest, I was going to send Canadian coins to. Obviously, one of them's TuliTuli, and the other one's been Aspiring Alchemist, who's been going everywhere and shouting me out. And I wanted to thank her for that, so I sent her those things. So, but as I told everyone a little bit ago, I planned on starting earlier. Wifey found me at the computer. Tuli's like, how do I say this? Tuli's like Dolly Parton. If you don't like Dolly, something's wrong with you. If you don't like Tuli, something's wrong with you. Lisa B., welcome to the jungle. Let me scroll down here. I know you said something. You just got your mail. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you, AA. I appreciate it. So, wifey saw me sitting down, finishing up the envelopes while I was watching Raven. And she just started handing out the chores. So I didn't get a chance to get started on time. I had to go feed a bunch of rabbits. And I just got finished and I got started. So sorry for the delay, but rabbits need fed, wifey needs made happy, and then I come tell you. Judith and Dan, yes, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at on this planet, but it's everywhere. The wife always wins. End of story. And if she doesn't win, there's something wrong. So before we get started, I want to give a huge, big shout out thank you to everyone. Yankee's not here, but Yankee goes on the top of the list because of his monthly lazy compared with Eastern European folks. Well, there's some truth with that too. But Yankee, his wife on Praying with Yankee, and all of you. I just had something happen yesterday I didn't expect to. My son has been reaching out, wanting to talk with me. I'm still a little concerned, a little worried, but let's see, if they're unhappy long enough, then you'll be unhappy with half as much. Well, okay. But we had a long sit down. Thank you, LLC. We had a long sit down, starting to see he made some mistakes. Started pointing out things over the years where I've been a good dad. And thanks, guys. Thanks, TJF. Thanks, Aspiring Alchemist. But honestly, I showed him some things. I gave him the books for Tuttle Toddlers. And he told me that he and his wife were reading the same books to My Little Tiger. And thanks, Brother Rat. That's right, JK. And welcome to the jungle. Family comes first. But they were reading. MR, welcome to the jungle. Which, by the way, things are going to improve on my low-level technology. I don't know how. My brother-in-law, a.k.a. Bill, is going to be doing things, and I don't even understand half of it because I had other things to do. But getting back to the subject, he started realizing that he was making a big mistake protecting the grandson from the grandfather. He started realizing it was done out of vengeance. And thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you can hit the like button, I like you back. Okay. But then I showed him the gift TJF after the Tuttle Toddler books. I showed him the gift that TGF sent, and he was kind of caught off guard. He saw in the box the address to Tiger Stacker, and he said, "Who's Tiger Stacker?" I said, "There's a reason I keep telling you, if you're going to go on YouTube, change your name." So he looked at me and says, "Are you Tiger Stacker?" I said, "Yeah." And then later on I said, "You might as well find out now rather than find out later." So he looked at me and says, "Are you making videos?" I said, "Yeah." And I had him watch one that he started giggling at, because with the one that has Marksism, once your children, your wealth, fight back with good education. I had him watch a little bit of that. And I said, "Who do you think I was thinking about?" Says, "Your grandson?" I said, "Yeah. Not so bad for a grandfather you got to protect him from." And yet again, he looked at me and says, "I really made a big mistake, didn't I?" I said, "Yes, you did." So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he means it. We've been promised improvements before and been disappointed. Thanks, AA. I appreciate that. And thanks, TuliTuli. So, I want to thank all of you for all your prayers. And if you can, still keep it in your heart to keep them coming, because I don't want my son to do a 180 and turn and go the opposite direction. Thanks, TJF. I really appreciate that. So, I just want to thank all of you for all that. And, it means the world to me. Because as much as I love silver and gold, I love my family more. This can last for eons, but the family can too, through reproduction and continuing it that way. So I want to thank all of you for that. So this community has been a little bit of a godsend to me. So I want to show you some of the things that I've gotten recently. And then I'm going to stack them away. This isn't going to be quite the unboxing, because I really wanted to get them on my spreadsheet. I have no idea how I dropped something off that table, but I'm going to have to go looking for it. Bear with me here. Heard something go kaplunk. Yeah. Kaplunk. How the heck did that do? So, before we do that, let's have a little bit of fun. I'm going to borrow an idea that I had gotten, and I'll explain later. Hello, my name is T, and you're in the place to be for silver fun, acquisition, and entertainment. No, never mind. Tuli, you're absolutely right. However, Have you ever seen T's very first video? If you haven't, you need to look at it. Because in the end, he goes, I wish your day was A-okay. No, wait a second, that's been used. Or maybe I should do it this way. I love beginner videos. I've watched lots of them. Silver Dragons, Yankee Stacking, T, Silver Joker. Let's see if I can do it. This doesn't work this way. I wish. That don't work. See, you need opposable thumbs. I don't think I've seen Uncle Sal's very first video, but if it's there, I'll probably go look at it when I get a moment. But I've watched a lot of beginner videos, and I've had a lot of fun realizing that my first one wasn't so bad. I've watched Stormy's very first video also. Actually, he says he leaves it there for everyone. That type of thing. So, let me get something here. Just out of curiosity now, for the first one, you can get it. I'll give a dime and then we'll continue on. Oh yeah, I saw Silver Dragon's very first video. I loved it. Outdoor video edited. All right. What for a dime? What was Empire Precious Metals and Stormy's first name? What did his channel and he go by initially? No. I don't know if he cares or not. No, not Empire. AA, Stacking Stormtrooper. Got it. So I want to share with you some of the things I've gotten. This is kind of really interesting. It's nice and high relief. Oh, they all act a little bit that way. I'm almost positive that one has already gone outside. Oh, no, I didn't mean his real name. He went by Stacking Stormtrooper. That was the name he went by, ergo the name Stormy. And then his channel name was Stacking Stormtrooper. But I got this from Oregon Stacker. I was on Plumber Stacker's channel. First thing I ever bought from Oregon, but very beautiful high relief. And then I got this one from Silver Seeker. It was an add-on item. This one I got, woo, slippery. Valerie McKay, welcome to the jungle. So this I got from Empire Precious Metals. I think this was an add-on. Let me think here. For a dime. Why? You're welcome, Valerie. Why is the scorpion kind of important to me? Old Man Jenkins, welcome to the jungle. Pete Clark's here, welcome to the jungle. No, not anti-venom. I'm Scorpio. Good. AA, did I must have told that to you, or you got it off of a video. Beautiful little peace dollar. I got these from Coin Crew. I love horses. I got this from T the Silver Stacker. Take a guess where I got that from. If you can't get that one right, you don't deserve a dime. And I got this one from Empire Precious Metals as well. I love ships. And yeah, horses are really amazing. Hey man, you want to be a white shark? You just go right ahead. I'll stick with you. And this one I got from Stormy. Someone was giving him a hard time about the price. Here's the issue. I got this. Yeah, they do work on coins. I got this for $290. Now in May, I got it for $295. Yeah, Pegasus is pretty awesome, AA, from Tim Marshner. The problem I thought that this one was $5 ouncer. So I bought the 10 ouncer because I wanted to have a kit, a 5 ouncer, a 10 ouncer, and a kilo. And I got a lead on a kilo. So I got to figure that out. Now, Tuli, bless her heart, had to go for family things. She had to go for family things on this auction. She loves these bars. She absolutely loves these bars. And she left, so I decided I was going to go get it. There's a Griffin Canadian commemorative dollar. Man, I gotta see what that looks like. I was gonna stay stickly with 10 ounces too, AA. But there's this little weird part about me. I know you hated to leave Tuli, but family comes first. Always has, always will, always should. Now, for a dime, why was this bar so important to me? Oh, well, I just thought it was a family emergency, Tuli. You know, you said you had an emergency, so I just kind of figured something had to happen that you had to take care of. Why? Dale, you got it. I still have my pilot's license. I just haven't re-upped my medical. Haven't done that in years. Wife got kind of mad at me because I was always flying, going places, doing things. Tuli always does an awesome job. So she accused me of loving airplanes more than loving her. So she won. But I still crave being in the air. And I always will. Aries. This is like my 4th 2-ounce dragon round. And some Stormy certificates, which I gotta handle. Now, is this not a monster? Is this not a monster sticker? I've never seen a sticker this big before. And I know Oregon Stacker sometimes watches my videos. He's just, thank you for throwing up Long Live Coins connection. Oh, you live in Oregon too? He called me out when I got on the live stream with Plumber Stacker. Man, I don't know what it is. Do you guys like what I'm saying in my videos, or do you guys just like the animated tiger? Did you see the response? Hold on. Tiger, did you see the response? Did I see what response? What response should I have seen? Yeah, those of you who haven't been on Long Live Coins channel, he's pretty interesting. He loves the real old ancient coins. But he is kind of fun to watch. You learn a lot from him. Oh, LLC, you like both the what I'm saying as well as the animated tiger stuff? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh, I'm blessed with a really good wife and brother-in-law. I can't complain. Cannot complain. I'm very blessed. I also got this from Silver Seeker. So I have a feeling my little girl dog over there is sensing wifey somewhere around. She does that. Let me see if she's outside the door so I can get her to pay attention to Xena. Xena's a very jealous little girl. I'll see if mommy's here. Sorry about that. Trying to take care of the women. So, yeah, airplane bar. It was pretty darn cool. I got this from Ravenhawk Coins. Almost 4 ounces of silver, but it's sterling, so it's not 100%, 999. Hey, you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone.
They can't hear you from over there. Come on over here. MR says he heard you.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, you got to listen to this story while she's still here. You're not going to believe this. Now, all of you know that I refer to my sister as a gorilla. And she is. She's not a nice girl. But she's one of these girls that never leaves things alone. Just keeps on, keeps on, keeps on. Well, my son ended up talking to her to find out about a death in the family. And they continued to talk, which worries me. So she then tells my son something. Long story made short, back in the day, my grandmother was a little girl, and she fell in love with some boy, and she ended up getting pregnant. And in those days, that was a huge family sin. And for a long time, the whole family believed it was this Italian guy. And evidently my sister kept digging. And I'll be darned, she just left me. Hold on a second. This story's best told with her here. Sorry about that. She is committed to her job as a dog trainer and breeder. And husband falls down a peg. Oh, thank you, Tuli. Thank you. So, make this long story short as possible. My grandmother, that was big family sin back in those days for an unwed woman to especially a young one, to have a pregnancy. Big family secret. They rearranged the story so that her mother was the one who's actually the mother. Long story. And here, decades later, evidently, if this is the truth, my sister found that it wasn't the Italian boy that got my grandmother pregnant. And she tracked them down and allegedly had a DNA test and were related. This fella didn't know he got my grandmother pregnant. And years later, he met another lady and got her pregnant. And my father was named after this man. And I named my son after my father, which is technically after me too. The man who married the other lady, who was technically my biological grandfather when he married this other lady, he named his son, which he believed was his first son, the same first name as my dad, which is mine. And he had a son, named him the same first name, and another one, named him the same first name. So there's a big of them, a lot of us with the same first name. Let's just say Tiger, just for simplicity. So a bunch of us named Tiger. She has the last name. She gave the last name to my son, who just yesterday gave it to me. And he thinks that the fella is Russian. I showed the last name to my wife, and her jaw hit the floor. And without my prompting, she instantly knew and said to me, it's either Russian or Ukrainian. And when I told her that the boy left Chicago to visit his family in Pennsylvania, she looked at me and says, then he's Ukrainian, because almost no Russians were living there at that time. So, evidently, I'm Ukrainian, as well as Serbian. And the picture that my son gave me, which has my uncle, my cousin, and his son, all three of them male, have similar facial structures to me. Kind of hard to deny that one. So now I have more of a reason for that war to come to an end. I thought I just married it into the culture. I am the culture. So I would always tell you all to keep Ukraine and their people in your prayers, but now I have another reason. So if I ever seem a little bit more enthusiastic, now you know why. Oh God, let's see here. Ruski. Something about me speaking Russian and очень хорошо. Yeah, really awesome. Okay, yeah, definitely okay. Sorry, AA. My ears understand Russian a whole lot less than my tongue understands it. I speak it better than I have to break it down. I've always been that way. I think that's because I have a little problem, which may be years in the time I'll share with you. Anyway, I want to show you a couple other little things. Я тоже LLC. Ты русский, ты украинский. Я говорю по-русски очень плохо. Yes, it is, Valerie. Take a look. That is given to me by my pawn shop owner, Shavella, all-in-one coins, who is really awesome, and her assistant Teresa is really awesome too. I have to say that she'll get me. Teresa's rough. Well, even despite the capsule, it still is magnetic through there. So I got a new fake to play with. I'm awesome. I'm happy. I like fakes. But then I got this. It is a horrible fake. But people don't know any better. This is Mr. Chubby Hubby. Welcome to the jungle. I'm doing well. How are you, sir? This is an 1834 classic head, $5. And the comps on the internet and between $900 and $1,000. She allowed me to buy it for that price. She raised the price just a little bit so that I could use my credit card because I didn't want to have to walk across the street and get hit. So that's going to go into the stack. She said in all her years, she's only seen 3 of these come through her store. And when I heard that story, I just had to. I had to have it. Besides, look at her hair. Does it not look like the same curly cues that Lucille Ball had? Only 3 in like 20 years of running her store. Thank you, Kenneth G. Welcome to the jungle, my friend. And I got this from T the Silver Stacker. It's a copy, I think, a replica. But I was going to use that for my grandson. So that's the short version of a long story. Let's move all this to the side because we're going to have some more fun tonight. Oh, by the way, did you see Tuli's most recent live stream? Oh my goodness. You go, girl. Oh, I forgot to tell you, got a couple 1/10 ounces of gold. Both of them type 2 eagles. But Kenneth G, welcome. Welcome to the jungle. So, anyway, what was I going to tell you? I forgot. Where was I at? I've never won. I've been with Yankee plus or minus 2 years. I've never won on his wheel. Oh, I remember what it was. Thanks, LLC. You got to see Tuli's most recent live stream. The girl is good. And she's funny. And that giggle is infectious. You can't help but start giggling when she starts giggling. So if you aren't also subscribed to Nickel Stacker, welcome. Welcome to the jungle, my friend. You haven't subscribed to TuliTuli, you got to. You absolutely got to. The girl is skilled. She's coming along, highly intelligent. That girl just giggles when she does. I can't help it. My ribs start hurting. Good going, Gearhead. Is it Gearhead? Yeah, Gearhead. I started stacking before I met Yankee. I started finding YouTube after my first purchase. You're welcome, Tuli, but you deserve it too. So she has this little coin that's like a roulette wheel, and she was spinning it and having fun, and it was just so much fun to watch everyone have fun with her. You're going to interview her? Good going. Tuli and I have been talking about doing something together, but we got to have a little time to actually talk it out and make everything come in order. That's mainly my fault, my job and what I do for a living and all that type of stuff. So, let me get these out of here. Put the coins back in where they belong. For those of you who don't know, and I'm still working on trying to figure out Nightbot and Wheel of Names. I couldn't get around to it because I had things to do for a job. Actually 2. But I will get to it. Once I give a promise, I will keep it. These are the things. Nope, never would have happened without me. So, do your silver stacker impression again. Do people want to hear me do T the silver stacker again, or is that just AA only? Put an N in the chat if you don't want me to do it. Put a T in the chat if you want me to do T silver stacker again. Jeffrey, welcome. It looks like you're going to go to sleep. Well, it was nice having you, my friend. Have a good Labor Day, everyone. Hello, this is T, and you're in the place to be for silver acquisition, entertainment, and education. T. Bourbon Stacker, welcome. Welcome to the jungle. So getting back to what I was saying here, this right here is for the 1,000 giveaway, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I threw this one in not long ago as an additional. This right here is an uns peso. I have 2 small pieces of gold, 0.5 grams each, and a quarter that Stormy won, but he didn't want it. So he he said throw it into the giveaway. Okay, now once I get the wheel names, which I'm hoping to do, or the Nightbot, we're going to have 5 coins of 4 different types that are available. The White Tiger of the West, the Year of the Tiger. These are more the same. Get these in here. More the same, more the same, more the same. And then we got 2 other versions. We have Apex Predator, Komodo Dragon versus Tiger, and Lost Tigers of Cambodia. The way I want to run it, as soon as I get either Nightbot or wheel names, we're going to have a live stream. Nope, that's not the foul mouth bucket, but we're going to go there with something. We're going to give, we're going to have a live stream. I'm going to give 2 of those away. And if you're here and you get it, you get to pick which one you want, okay? Also, when I get to 1,000 view hours, I'm currently at 537 view hours. I don't know who Bob Knight is. When I get to 1,000 view hours, we're going to give away 2 more ounces. And Michael, welcome. When I get to 2,000 view hours, I'm going to give another 2 ounces away. 3,000 hours, I'll give 3 ounces away. 4,000 hours, I'll give 4 ounces away. Okay? So that's where that's sitting. Now, this is what you're talking about. The Curse Bowl. That Tuli subsequently corrected me on, that it's not bowl, it's bowel. And I even got like a day ago, a message from someone saying, please change the name on that. He didn't particularly like it. But, the more I cuss up a storm, cuss up like Stormy, I thought about this. And while Tuli was telling me she thought I did this on purpose, no, this was not seriously on purpose. This was a serious screw up. But, you know what I do for a living. I deal with people's bowels. So I decided I'm going to roll with it. We're going to include poop emojis in the Curse bowel. What do you think? If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you do like it, give me some poop emojis. Lots and lots of poop emojis. Okay, so we got a Curse BOWEL with poop emojis, which I, by the way, got from Coin Crew. Thank you, Angel and Keith. And maybe the person who sent me that message on YouTube will think about it a little bit more. Because that's what I do for a living as an ER doctor, or as a doctor in general. I deal with people's bowels all the time. It's one of my least favorite things to do, but I do it. I love that face, LLC. I just love that face. Maybe when I get monetized, we're going to have all sorts of poop emoji options. Hi, rural girl. Welcome to the jungle. So from now on, if someone doesn't like how I misspelled bowl, I don't care. We got poop emojis. Okay. So, impacted bowels, that's not fun. Not fun to treat someone like that. Not fun to have it. That's a horrible feeling. I went through some bad times in my life, and someone put me on Celexa. I'll never take that stuff again. That stuff constipated me. I never had something like that. As soon as it cleared my body, I was back to being normal. Let's drop a four-letter words. Okay. I'm not going to say it on purpose, but let's just say I said one. It goes in there. So, actually, I probably should throw another one in there too. I was pretty angry today and said some things I shouldn't have said. Felt like a bus trying to get out. So that's also going to go on the maybe the 1,000 sub. Maybe I'll put it up with the giveaway for 1,000 for each 1,000. Just to give everyone a chance to have something interesting. Anyway, AA, you won on stacking Stormtrooper. Do you want to roll or do you want to keep the dime? Bob Knight, thrower of chairs. Roll. Okay. Now, by the way, before we go, AA, you've not been here in a while, so I'm going to bring this up to you. Okay. I want to make sure that, because I remember you were always afraid of losing what you got. The rules have been changed. Okay. This isn't your roll. I'm just bringing them out. When you roll, you now take the chance of losing what you got. Okay? And basically, it works this way. If you get, yes, new rules. So I did it the very next week because I realized how much money I was sending out. So I wanted to try to make it, and then I thought about it also. Like, you always have the choice to say no to the roll. We might roll just for funsies to see what would have happened. But if you get one eye, you get to keep what you got. 2 eyes, you double. 3 eyes, you triple. 4 eyes, you quadruple what you got. Okay. I just barely remembered that's the way you were back then. So I just want to make sure that I made the right choice for you. Okay, so AA does not get any roll of her own choosing. And for guessing my zodiac, the same thing. You want to keep the dime. Is that correct? Yes, I'm correct, or yes, roll. Okay, correct. Okay. Now, just for funsies, let's see what would have happened. You would have lost the first one. The second one, you would have kept the dime. So, so that's that. Okay, Dale M. Do you want to roll for pilot, or do you want me to do you want to keep the dime? Is Dale M still here? I don't see him. Okay, well, I don't see anything. We'll just go on with that, and hopefully he'll come back, tell me what he wants to do, all that wonderful stuff. So, sorry, I should have told you that. His here might not be active. Yes, he gifted to you. Dale M won 2-3 weeks back, or whatever it was, and somehow I sent him 2 quarters instead of 2 dimes. I just opened up an email. It said that he was sending back the 2 quarters. I emailed him back, said, no, just keep it. It was my fault. And he said, no, it's already sent back. So I said, okay, I'll send you 2 dimes back out. And he said, no, just give them to TuliTuli because she's an awesome mod. And just send me stickers. So I got to open up yours. And he didn't gift you the airplane, silly. I won that over at T the Silver Stacker. You were there. But if you really want it, I'll give it to you. She's thinking. Well, that's true too. So that's very true, Tuli. That's why you're a much better mod than I am. I'm okay, but you really kill it. Did Tuli get that spoon? Tuli, did you win that golden spoon? The dime for the airplane question. The dime for the airplane question? Did you win the airplane question? I thought that was Dale M. Tuli, did you win the airplane question? Dale gifted the dime to you? Now do I understand? No. He didn't give today's dime to you. There's 2 dimes from the past. Yeah, it wasn't today's dime. It was 2 dimes from the past. Unless you're telling me he also, in addition to that, gifted you today's dime. So which way is it? Did he gift you today's dime as well? Yeah, I feel that way about myself a lot too. Is DogWorld here? Okay, then I'm going to assume, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm going to assume that that Del M gifted you today's dime because he did that with the other two. So we'll change it out of Del M and put it on TuliTuli with the hand over the face. Because sometimes Tiger's a little dense. Yeah, I'm having a little bit better today with the allergies. So, on that, Tuli, do you want to roll or do you want to keep the dime? You want to keep the dime? Okay. All right. Tony Minuti, welcome to the jungle, my friend. So, on my last video, let me see how can I word this question. On my last video, what was the three related subjects that are related to each other that we need to protect our children from? Hambone, it's not 82, 47, and 79. DogWorld is Mrs. Tiger, Nickel Stacker. Nope. That's was going to be my next question, Jeff Tully Tiger Thomas. What three Marksism? JK got Marksism. Okay, well, I gotta go to the other screen. JF got Marksism. Hold on. Let me get. let me go up here. Scroll. Okay. I'll give you a dime for Marxism. JK. And LLC communism. Now there's one more in there. Bourbon Stacker. You're the first one who said socialism. Okay. For a quarter. That was a part of the video. I didn't talk so much about trans, but I did talk about liberalism. For a quarter. Name me the authors. Well, first of all, before we do that, what was the book that started all this all this Marxism and communism and socialism? No, not that book, LLC. What book started all this stuff many, many decades ago? Yes, that was a book. I didn't ask for the author. Okay, hold on, let me get over there. Well, come on, computer. Okay. Okay. Bourbon got almost it. It's Communist Manifesto. Kenneth G got Communist Manifesto. Tell you what. Why don't I do this? I'll give the quarter to Kenneth G. But I'm still going to give Bourbon, because I think it was probably a misspelling. Okay. So, now that book was written, and it started off a lot of stuff in Eastern Europe. It started off a lot of stuff over there. And yes, E1337. That led me into using these books to teach our children. They went after our society by going through the children, which is very classic for Marxism and its two subsequent offspring, socialism and communism. We need to fight fire with fire. We need to get to our children first. Yeah, they've been doing that for decades, E133. They've been doing it for decades. Where do you think all this stuff started with all these liberal ideas? Decades ago. Start looking at what happened in the 60s and the 70s when it wasn't really that obvious. Became way more obvious in the 90s and the 2000s. So we need to fight. How do you fight fire? With fire. We need to get to our children first. They're our children, not theirs. And we need to protect our children from them. Because you parents are the heroes in this world. And they're going to try to play you as the villain. And my grandson, my little tiger, is being homeschooled. Hey, Craig, welcome to the jungle. So, we need to protect our children. And the best way to do it is homeschooling, in my opinion. Homeschool your children. Get them out of the system. Just like we want our money out of the system, get our children out of the system. And teach them the correct things. And if you want to see something about where to start with toddlers, please go see my video. Marxism wants your children, your wealth. Fight this with good education. E1337, I don't know about Canadian life. I really don't. But I'm worried about it. Ever since I saw your Prime Minister lock up all the truckers' finances and anyone who supported them, I think it's deep in there too. And I hate using this as an example, but I'm going to. How many of you are big fans of Marvel Comics? And outside of Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, I think Marvel really is a powerhouse. There is a storyline in all those movies and all the TV shows now. Let's see here. I saw someone say something. Hold on. Let me get back to nickel stacks. Where'd we go? Hold on. I got Top Chat. Top Chat's horrible. I don't even know why they have Top Chat. It's not coming to the U.S. nickel. It's here. It's been here for a long time. They have entrenched themselves in our society, in our power system, in our military, in our everything. Everything that you have respected and loved and all that, they have entrenched themselves in it. Never going into MC. MC? So basically, just get me started on the churches, TJF. So let me run it to you this way. For a quarter, let me see here. It'll come to me in a second. For a quarter, similar to communism, entrenching itself into our system, what organization entrenched themselves into the world that's in Marvel and had to be fought off from the inside out? Bourbon, Hydra. Oh, hell, Disney does sometimes feel like Hydra. You know, all this liberal stuff. How dare they push the liberalistic stuff? Children should be allowed to be children. Now, all they should know about is children's stuff. You know, they shouldn't be exposed to all this liberalistic stuff. But you see my point. It's Marxism. And I'm really happy with Ron DeSantis for going after them. Yeah, I am too. It's one of the reasons I'm not really a big fan of owning too many Disney anything. It's one of the reasons why I'm going to be selling or getting rid of a lot of my Disney stuff, with the exception of if it has romance. We have these coins. The subliminal messaging has been going on for a long time, Nasty Nate. So, basically, long story made short, we need to protect our children. Nickel, I can understand that to a degree, but he has done some good work in Florida. You have to give him credit for that. You know, I personally don't think he has the experience yet or the kahunas to stand against the powers on the opposite side. You know, personally, if I had my way, DeSantis should either A, stay in Florida, but then again, I was told that he can't be governor anymore. Evidently, they have a two-term thing like the president, and he's run his 2 terms. If that's true, I don't know. But the other option is to buddy up with Trump and be the vice president. Yeah, you might be right, Nickel. But basically what I'd like to see is him buddy up with Trump, be vice president candidate. And Trump can only run this one term. He can only do it for 4 more years. We need a backup. And Trump could train him. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest Trump lover. He's got his own problems. I'm not talking about the legal stuff. He doesn't know how to control his mouth. But sometimes that's to his benefit, too. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. Kerry's running for Senate? Good. Let's see here, you guys are going so fast. Okay, let me go back here. What's gnome? Needs to pick gnome. He needs a curse bowel. But no, honestly, I would love to see someone who has beginner kahunas learn under Trump and then take over after that. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I'll have to keep my eyes open. But that's that. Let's go on with some roles here because we got things that are unanswered for. JK on Marksism. Do you want me to roll or not roll? Roll, got it. And I see one eye, and that's not an eye, so you get to keep what you got. LLC for communism. Roll or not roll? Roll, got it. And you lost it. I'm sorry, my friend. Bourbon Stacker on socialism for a dime. Roll or not roll? Oh, Nasty Nate, you don't know? I'll explain it to you. Let me do this roll first. That's not an eye, so unfortunately you lost it. Nasty Nate, the way it works is this way. This is kind of like a chat with a little bit of a twist. I am what you would consider low tech. All the wonderful tech you see is my ideas mixed with my brother-in-law's tech. You know, although he has a great imagination too, I'm starting to find out. And we are going to be doing some really interesting things. Yeah, he needs a VP that's going to continue for 8 years, so give us 12 years against the communists. So, the way it works is this way, is that if you win, yeah, Bill. I was kind of hoping Bill would show up. I wonder if DogWorld's still here. You still here, honey? You still here? You can't keep that woman down. She goes. So anyway, if you win a dime, a quarter, and if it's really hard, a $50, and you get no face of the tiger, which I'll explain in a second, or one, which I'll explain in a second, you lose what you get. Now, when you get 2 ones on each dice, it's called a snake eyes. And I like that because my wife was born in the year of the snake. I was born in the year of the tiger. And you've all heard, especially from the Rocky films, Eye of the Tiger. So, if you get any eye, whether it's Eye of the Tiger, snake eyes, you get 1, you keep what you got. You don't get any, you lose what you got. You get 2 of them, you double what you get. 3 of them, you triple. 4, you quadruple. I'm very impressed with what's happened with Ukraine, although I am 100% convinced that, yo, Adrian, look what I did. So anyway, so basically, where was I at? Got lost in the moment. But if you can go up to quadruple. Oh, you have no idea how right you are, Craig. So when I ask if someone wants to roll or not, if they say no, then they keep the coin. If they roll, they can lose the coin or increase their winnings. Who was it that answered correctly on communism? I wrote very quickly and I can't read my handwriting. Will that person come forward, please? I don't know if it was LLC. It was you, LLC? Okay. Roll or not roll? No, Bourbon got something else. I'll get to there in a second. You already lost on communism? Okay. Okay. Communist Manifesto with Kenneth G. Do you want to roll or not roll, Kenneth G? Is Kenneth G still here? Roll it. Got it. You going home, Tony? Going to sleep, Tony? Will you have a good night, my friend? Have a good sleep. I hope you get well rested. Enjoy your wonderful holiday. Kenneth G, you got one eye. You got to keep what you got. Okay. For Hydra, Bourbon Stacker, roll or not roll? Night, Tony. Roll. Got it. It's not an eye. That is an eye. You got 2 eyes, so you actually double. Did I say that correctly? Throw that in the giveaway. Are you sure, Kenneth G? Kenneth G, are you sure? Okay then, thank you so very much. Everyone oops, that's the wrong bowl. I'm assuming, let me be clear. You want this to go, no, that's just for cursing. What am I thinking about? I need coffee. And Tuli didn't bring me any. She never brings me Starbucks. She doesn't love me anymore. I don't. Have you ever seen me try to tease Mrs. T when they get started and tell her, "Where's my coffee? Where's my Starbucks?" I think they just ignore me when I'm being that way. Someone brought up the topic of communism in the church. Okay. There's a very specific reason. Let me put this right down here. A very specific reason why communism went after the church. True AA. So, for a quarter, what was the reason communism went after the church? And we got to have what the original reason, not everything that came after that. No, it wasn't money. That wasn't originally the reason. Their reason for that came. Go further, Nasty Nate. You're on the roll. Go further, Nasty Nate. What did the communistic new people back then want? They wanted something. What did they want? I'll tell you what. I'll give that to you, Nasty Nate, but I'm going to give another quarter. Well, that's only partially true, AA. The new communistic government went, I'll just give it to you, okay? The new communistic government went to the Orthodox Church. And they wanted their public support. They wanted them to condone the new government. And the patriarch of the time told them no. Because communism was built, and this is said for centuries over in Eastern Europe, communism was built on the blood and the bones of the wealthy. And if they had the support from the church, the people can still have their faith because the leader of the church had given them their blessing. So I'm going to roll with this in a slightly different direction now. Those of you who've listened to my videos know what religion I am. For a dime, what religion am I? And be specific. Nope, not Roman Catholic. No, definitely not Amish. Valerie, Valerie, go a little further. Orthodox what? Orthodox what? No, not Orthodox Jew. Nope, not born again Christian. I'll give it to you, Valerie. Craig, I'll give you a dime for that because you got it all correct. Orthodox Christian. So let me get, yeah, Eastern Orthodoxy is, there is a book that if you want to read it, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to read it, called The Orthodox Church by Timothy Ware. He also goes by the bishop named Callistos, who has been in charge of a large section of England for a long, long time. But to bring you to history, that's why I didn't think that, because you didn't say one way or the other, so I gave you the dime anyway. So basically, historically, the apostles, taught by Jesus, went out into the world. And they went to the people that were not even Orthodox, and they converted them to Christianity. And the ways that they taught was Orthodox ways, because Orthodoxy is labeled as being born upon the death and ascension of Christ. Okay, Tuli, we'll be waiting for you. And over the years, there's been breakoffs. The Catholics broke off from the Orthodox between the 700s with a huge thing happening in 1054 AD, and then another huge thing happening on the Fourth Crusade of 1204. But when I look at it this way, we're all Christians, and I'm very, very happy and proud to be Orthodox. I don't ever want to change. That was something my ex-wife tried to get me to do. She wanted to convert me. I'm not interested in converting. And that's one of the reasons I'm happy with my second wife, because she is Orthodox and she doesn't want me to convert. But we have a new problem. The original thing that happened in the new communistic Russia, where the patriarch said no. The current patriarch has said yes. And I'm going to have to look that up, Steve. I'm not really good at pulling up book and verse and line and all that. But the current patriarch is blessing the weapons in Russia to go after Ukraine. I was always taught murder's a sin. The current patriarch is blessing the Russian war to go after Ukraine. He's blessing, and my wife has shown me on the internet, he's blessing, not the Pope, not the Pope. The Pope, I don't know what's going on with the Pope. I don't follow Catholics. But in fact, the Pope was never really supposed to be the Pope. But, like I said, read the book. The Orthodox Church will give you a very concrete historical basis. Hold on. Craig, you can give the dime to Varen McKay. I've won many GAWs and I'm giving them away. I have enough already, so please. Okay, Craig. Craig. I'm looking. Craig, did you win anything today? I got AA, got Tuli, JK, Valerie, oh yeah, you won the Orthodox Christian. Yeah, you did. Give that to Valerie. Got it. Valerie, I don't think you're so dumb. No, not Bartholomew. Bartholomew is in Constantinople, Istanbul. We're talking about Kirill. And you're welcome, Craig. You're welcome. You're a very nice, kind man. Thank you for being so kind to Valerie. So the thing is that I was always taught war is a sin because it's murder. And basically, how do I say this? This one, I was taught by some very good priests and monks over my youth. This should not happen. The role of the church is to condemn war. Welcome to the jungle, Dawn. It's to condemn war and to forgive the soldiers after the war is over. In Jesus' name. No, you don't have to be Orthodox. You don't have to be Catholic. You don't have to be any of these things. I mean, God gave us the right to choose whatever we wanted to be. All I'm saying is, as it was wrong for Cain to kill Abel, murder is still murder. And my wife even more so, is very upset with this patriarch. By the way, those of you who don't know, a patriarch is the leader of that section of the globe's Orthodox Christians. Okay, that went really fast. Bible talks about fighting even for the wrong nation because you moved and lived in another nation. You still place all faith in God and do your duty. Yeah. It's not easy. Not easy to turn the other cheek. But I'm also very angry with our current government because they manipulated the system which led to this war. Peace leads to war, revolution leads to peace at some point. Yeah. I don't think that's ever going to happen. The only time it's really going to happen is when Jesus comes back. Well, there's not much we can do about it, Valerie. years ago when I was an intern, a resident, I met this really nice guy who was a GYN doctor, OB doctor. He was also a minister. And we talked about revolutions, and I told him I'm really scared. And he says, why? And I told him why. And he says, there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to come to pass. If you're very lucky, you might be able to slow it down by one day, but it's going to happen. And my wife, God love her, we talked about it, and she is looking forward to this. She's looking forward to this. Hey, Christopher. So she says to me, if we're in Revelations, that means Jesus is coming, and I can't wait to meet him. So there you go. That reminds me. Let me look this up. Oh, forgot to ask this question. For a quarter, the best we can do about... I'm going to go there in a second. Name me the author or authors. And if there's more than one, you got to give me both. Yeah, you're right. He did he did have righteous anger. Anger is not evil. Who is the author or authors of the Communist Manifesto? And if there's more than one, I want both of them. Bourbon, you got it. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. You want to roll or do you want to keep it? Surfer! Man, I got pieces of your last live stream. Welcome. Did Bourbon answer me? Come on. I need to get to the right part of the screen. Did Bourbon answer me? Keep this one. Got it. So, Valerie, you mentioned that you're afraid for the people who aren't ready. D, welcome to the jungle, my friend. Yeah, rub it in, Surfer. I've never been on a board. Actually, that's probably a good thing. You probably all laugh at me as I'm drowning. You know kitties don't like water. So, but, was it 9 books or was it 10? I'll look that up real fast. Okay. Valerie brought up a very good point. You're very afraid for the people who aren't ready. So true, Surfer, so true. So, what books, series of books, I'll give this to you for, well, let's see how fast you get it. If you get it fast, then that will be a dime. But if it's hard, then we'll go ahead and make it a quarter. What books, series, talked about people who weren't ready? Weren't ready for Jesus to come back. Nasty Nate, you got it. How easy was that? Was that a dime or is that a quarter? What do you guys say? Quarter? Quarter? Okay, it goes for a quarter. Okay. Czech, welcome. Welcome to the jungle. Hell, you should be ready to be here anyway. I mean, you are a lion for, you know. By the way, said a bad word. So basically, check this out, Surfer, and anyone else who's new. Tuli pointed this out to me, that I misspelled the curse bowl. The curse BOWEL. And I got some fella that was giving me a hard time, and I just decided, we're going to put in, well, let me get these out of here. We're going to put in there poop emojis. So now it is a curse BOWEL. There you go. Well, I do write bowel more than I write bowl in my profession. That is true. Oh my goodness, I spell some. I'm too busy to spell things correctly. So, Nasty Nate, do you want to roll or do you want to keep what you got? Get over here to the regular screen. Roll. Got it. And that is not that's not an I. Unfortunately, you won that, lost that, Nasty Nate. Sorry. So, I think this one should probably be a dime. The authors of the Left Behind series need both names. RH, welcome. You've been hiding a while, or did you just get here? Welcome to the jungle. And that is LaHaye and Jenkins. Do you want to roll, or do you Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins? I used to love those books. RH, do you want to roll, or roll? Got it. Oh, I've never been to Utah. I want to go. Let's see what you got. Let's see. That's the backside, so that's not an I. So you lost that, RH. Sorry. By the way, has any of you seen the video where Surfer goes to Utah and picks up a bunch of goldbacks and starts using them? Really cool. And he's absolutely right. You can buy your goldbacks cheaper at what's it? Oh shoot, the name of the company just left me. Begins with an A. Help me, Surfer. Alpine, yeah. Alpine, you can buy them less than the exchange rate. That's always been the case. It's always been the case. The entire time I've ever known about goldbacks, back when Silver Dragons was notifying everyone about it. But at one point, Money Metals Exchange beat everybody, only on the single goldbacks. I used to sit down and write down everything. Alpine and Money Metals and everything, and I'd buy my denominations in whichever cheapest way I could get them. And the trick that at that time that Silver Dragons was pushing is buy the 50s, send them to Alpine, and you can have them send them back to you in whatever denomination you want and save yourself money. I don't have time for all that. That's a lot of getting your stuff, putting it back out, waiting for it to come in. Yeah, ain't that the truth? But I used to work with Money Metals Exchange for a long time as I was learning. I originally just followed what I saw on TV, and they told me to use American Hartford Gold. Don't use them. They will rob you blind. Then I found out about Money Metals Exchange because it popped up on my email. And then I found out that American Hartford Gold took serious advantage of me. So, and don't ever use them. Plus, they make you wait. I personally think they take your money, they call other places, they get what you want, and then ship it back to you. Yeah, Money Metals is expensive, but they're much cheaper than American Hartford Gold. But in the single goldbacks, for a long while, they even beat Alpine. Now they don't. Right now, no one beats Alpine. So if you're going to do goldbacks, and I suggest you do, because Surfer and I have the same opinion on this, goldbacks are used as currency. And if we ever hit the SHTF and you got to buy stuff with silver, you'll have your constitutional. If it gets really bad and you got to buy small stuff, I personally believe that you're going to want to use your 40% and your 35% for really small stuff, really small purchases, and use your 90% to protect your bullion. Hey, I just bought stuff from Monument Metals not very long ago. I bought, what did I buy from Monument Metals? It was a tube of something. I forget what it was. It was on sale. It was a pre-order. Lady Bluegrass, welcome to the jungle. But I'm very happy with Monument Metals. I just can't remember what it was I bought from. Yes, no, that wasn't the Buffaloes. I bought the Buffaloes from a really cheap set of Buffaloes from Coin Crew, $26 each. That was about 3 Sundays ago, including today. They don't go for that anymore. And the wife, God love her, has been getting on my butt to start learning to do silver pours. And I almost bought Silver Shot, but Silver Shot was the same price as Buffaloes. So I stuck with the Buffaloes because if I don't pour, I got something that's recognized. But getting back to what I was saying, Money Metals, once in a blue moon, will beat other people, but usually not. There's also another thing about Money Metals that makes it a little harder to buy from them. For a dime, what is it? What is the thing that they always ask for? Makes it a little harder to buy from people who are on a budget than other bullion companies. Let me get over to that screen. That went really fast. We go over here. Surfer. There we go. I should be dropping my interview with Chief Legal Counsel of Goldbacks. You'll love it. It's such an informative interview on why they came to be and how to use them. I can't wait to see that. Actually, I'd give my right arm to talk to the people at Goldbacks. I was questioning one of their salesmen about South Dakota coming out, and they all love silver dragons. He's one of the people that's promoted them big time. And I said, well, if you can take a look at my Goldbacks video. It was brand new at that time. For those of you who haven't seen it, I thought it was one of my more ingenious ones. And he watched it and he was like, yeah, that's awesome. So if you get a chance to see that video, please go. I think you'll enjoy it. But no, I believe Goldbacks are to silver bullion that'd be awesome, Surfer. But I believe Goldbacks are to gold bullion as constitutional silver is to silver bullion. It's your first line of defense to not touch your bullion, no matter if it's silver or gold. That's what I personally believe, and I say it slightly different, but I think Surfer has the same idea that I do. So, Surfer, you're not allowed to answer this. Oh, I'll give you that. Hero Bullion consistently does have very good pricing. Does anyone know why Silver Dragons and Yankee Stacking left Hero Bullion? I think I know the answer, but I'm not really sure. If you guys don't know, then just say you don't know, because I'll go with the next thing. There for a while, they left Hero Bullion, went to SD Bullion. It could be. And then for a while, Silver Dragons wasn't with SD Bullion anymore. He was with let's see here. You got it, Czech. I was having trouble. I was going to make it as a question, but you beat me to it. So I'll still give you the dime. I'll still give you the dime. I was formulating the question, but you beat me to it. So he went to Bullion Max for a while, and that's the only place you can buy directly from any bullion dealer silverbacks. And now he's back with SD Bullion. So to me, it just sounds like business decisions, which, I don't. Yeah, it is a cat thing, Chuck. But no, honestly, I think it's just a business decision. And I can't blame Yankee or Silver Dragons. If they're a good company and they're an honorable company and they're going to pay decently, then why not? God love them for it. Why not? So basically, let me see here. Let's see here. Does that getting back to what I was saying? Is that right, AA? I thought that he left SD Bullion for a while, was a Bullion Max only guy, and then came back. But maybe I don't know everything. Does anybody? TGF, you leaving? If you're leaving, TGF, I'm sorry to see you go. And by the way, TGF, once again, thank you for the gift for my grandson. My son was shocked when he found out that there was someone in YouTube who sent his son a gift like that. Oh yeah, Hero Bowling was the sponsor for quite a while. Getting what I was saying, I was about ready to say here. What is one of the biggest complaints a stacker with limited purchasing power will have with money metals exchange? Outside of the price. If you don't know, there you go. Jeff Tooley Tiger Thomas, $500 minimum. Well, their selection's not as good either, but they're better than others. Jeff Tooley Tiger Thomas. Do you want to roll, or do you want to keep what you got? Oh, it's always been that way, Aspiring Alchemist. They've always had the $500 minimum. Okay, roll. And unfortunately, you lost it. I'm sorry. Czech Stacker. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to keep it? No, Money Metals Exchange has always had a $500 minimum. Not Bullion Max, they're $200. Believe it or not, I'm kind of happy when you guys win. And whether it's a keep or whether it's a roll and you get something more. I didn't know that about Hero Bullion. I had no clue. I've never tried silver or gold bull. So, Czech Stacker, do you want me to roll, or do you want to keep the dime? Check. You there? I don't trust anything digital anymore. Show me, Stacker. Welcome. Welcome to the jungle, my friend. I guess I'll wait for Czech Stacker to come on by. So, sorry. Need more coffee. Tuli, where's my coffee? Where's my Starbucks? Yeah, I like SD Bullion, but sometimes I find cheaper deals at other places. Or if I really want something, hint, 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 I'll deal with APMEX because no one else has it. Don't like APMEX too much. They can be arrogant. In fact, I had a lady that worked at APMEX. She was awesome. She would text me to tell me to go get on the computer to get a good deal. She would take my phone calls. She'd give me a hint when to attack on Black Friday. I don't know if she did that with everyone, but she did that with me. I won't give you her last name, but her first name was Meredith. And they let her go because they don't want us to have the best deals. What I was told behind the scenes is the owner likes to buy and store precious metals for himself, and he wants all of us to pay the premiums that he's not paying. I'll buy from APMEX when I have to, but I won't if I don't have to. So that's just a little food for thought. You know, but I do agree that buy from the best you can find, including your local store, whether it's a local coin shop or a local pawn shop. Not very many people, I understand, have the advantage of an awesome pawn shop. But she also knows her silver and her gold and her coins. That's a good thing to do, aspiring alchemist. I've bought from them before. For those of you who don't know this, SD Bullion has a thing where if you are a new customer, you can buy, at least it was, a 5-ounce poured silver at spot or a 10-gram bar at spot gold. I don't know if they still have it this way or not, but their computer will let you, even though you're a customer, if you've never bought that option, their computer let me buy as a new customer because I'd never used that option before. And then my wife called, and she's never used any one before. She's definitely a new one. And they let her buy, and we got 2 10-gram bars at spot. So, you know, it may still be there, but if you have to talk to one of the people, please be respectful. Don't say too much about what I told you, because they may not know that's a glitch in their system, or maybe it's intentional. I don't know. But how many times do you get a chance to buy something at spot? I usually don't. I sometimes get really nice deals. And in case those of you who didn't see this before, I bought this at my pawn shop, and it's at least $100 more on comparatives. Okay. I'm going to show a short about this really soon. I'm currently working on a video, and oh my goodness, I think that video I bit off more than I can chew, but I'll work it out. And I got other things to do too for these other jobs, so it's going to be interesting. So that's that. Did Czech come back? Has Czech come back? $1-ounce rounds at spot right now. That must be silver. So let me see here. What else can I ask you? I asked this before, but I think I'll ask it again. I did a short that I did more than once Okay, check while you're here on bullion on your answer for bullion max. Do you want to roll or do you want to keep the dime? Check, do you want me to roll or do you want to keep the dime? Check if yep means to roll or to not roll. I won't know that. I'll need you to tell me exactly. Do you want me to roll or do you want to keep the dime? Roll. Got it. Thank you. I see one eye, you get to keep it. So, what was I at? Oh yeah. I did a short more than once because some people had an idiot fit about a soundbite. For a dime, what was the soundbite? And okay, D, you got that. D McCoy. And for another dime, I said something in a very, what's the right word? Non-direct way, hidden way, something. For a quarter, what was the way I said it and what does it mean? It was kind of many shorts ago, but not that many. I kind of was hoping people would remember it because in the future, if the liberals are trying to control us more and more and more, we'll need to find ways to communicate that they don't understand, or we'll have to figure it out. Nope, that wasn't that one. Well, kinda, but not completely. I'll give you a hint. 3 numbers. What were the 3 numbers and what did they represent? RH got it. The point I was trying to make in that video was 82 or lead, and you should be able to figure out what I mean by lead, protects 47, your silver, 79, your gold, and your family. That was the point I was trying to make. Because I was always afraid that the people who run YouTube would have a fit about me saying other words. So I just kept it at that. But way to go, RH. the man is a beast. Yeah, so Any questions? I'm toying with a similar type of video. In fact, I have it. I've had it edited. It's ready to be released. I typed stuff in the description, and for a long time, it said, for a long time, it said, waiting to be, I don't know, reviewed or something. It didn't have any restrictions on it. I'm just looking at it just now. I see two versions of it, and I don't know why. I guess I gotta talk to Bill. But I see two versions. One says draft, and the other one says unlisted, which I know what unlisted means. Yeah, that's what people saw the roar in the short, and I've listened to that thousands of times. I can't hear it. So, does anyone know who's making content what it means when visibility says draft instead of unlisted or private or public? Does anyone know what draft means under the subject of visibility? That is so true. I'm going to have to Google what draft means on YouTube because I have no idea what that means. I was kind of hoping someone would educate me. So, Surfer, are you still there? Or did you go to sleep or something? Appreciate that, Surfer. I was kind of hoping with you being a new YouTuber, you might have had some experience in something I didn't. I'm gonna have to research that phraseology. When you talk to me about doing a collaborative effort, Surfer, I'm totally for it, totally okay with it. I just got to figure out what my time schedule is. Okay. I have too many irons in the fire. YouTube stuff, dog stuff, doing paperwork for potentially 2 new jobs, trying to keep the current crappy job I've got happy, although it's a crappy job. So I got a lot of, what I think is what do you think about this? We talk on the phone and we run through what needs to be done, kind of get a schematic, so to say, not only about what to do, but when to do it. And then we see about figuring out what works for both your channel and my channel. You know, although I have to admit, you being out near the out near the beach, that does make me a little bit jealous. I have tried surfing, but do you know how hard it is to surf in the Kanawha River? You only get waves when the coal barges go on by and create some waves, and they're not that good. That's some truth, AA. It's difficult to nail us down. Dude, I need to hang around someone like you because to me, after 15 minutes, the beach gets boring. I don't know what to do. Hang out there, have a beer there, sit underneath the shade. You're right. Surfing rivers doesn't work, but I thought it was kind of a cute joke. It wasn't really that funny, but it was kind of cute. But no, I thought it was just kind of cute. Oh, when you did that live stream with the fireside chat, weren't you really hot? I mean, it is California. Okay, Surfer knows this answer, so I'm going to make it him not eligible for this one because he knows it like the back of his hand. But for a quarter, Surfer has done videos. Oh my goodness, 65 degrees is hot for me to start with. You know, I'm the type of guy that last summer was way hotter than this summer. And I was doing gardening for the very first time. I didn't have time this summer, but I want to. So the wifey says, come on out here and take care of your garden. So I walk outside, get hit with the high heat and the high humidity, and Tiger just turns around and goes back in. And she says, why'd you do that? Says, I can't stand the heat. Well, how are you going to take care of the plants? I told her I have an idea. Well, at nighttime, she couldn't find me. So she looks outside and sees me out there with a headlamp on my forehead, gardening throughout the night. I added a brand new meaning, an absolute brand new meaning to Midnight Gardener. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. My parents went once, they had a great time. I know one place in California I really liked. I was in my 20s. I was in the Army. I was a second lieutenant. I had a pretty little girlfriend. And the one place in California. MR, thank you for coming, my friend. But the one place in California, you could go outside with full clothes on or a sweater or even shorts and a t-shirt. It felt the same. Now, granted, I was in my 20s. San Francisco. That weather was awesome. I absolutely love San Francisco. And I was in the Army at that time. And I was a medical student and I was in training. And I was at their hospital there. Craig, you were raised in a really decent place. Got two questions for you. You would know better than I do, Surfer, but when I was there, I loved it. They put me up in this little motel. Right around the corner was a Japanese restaurant. The wife took me in. She taught me Japanese words every day. I ate there almost every day and learned words from her. You know, so I have some basic beginner skills in Japanese. Anyway, you're probably right, AA. I haven't been there since I've been in my 20s. Ew. I just came up with another idea. Surfer's not eligible for this question because he knows it like the back of his hand. Who's the surfboard maker that Surfer has been doing videos with? Check. Brophy. Now, was that easy for a dime or was that hard for a quarter? I'm still arguing with myself. Any suggestions? Okay, I'll give you a quarter then. The hospital the Army hospital in San Francisco. The Army hospital that's in San Francisco. Don't give me the name of the hospital. What is the name of the Army base it's in? Check, you got it. Presidio of San Francisco. No, Fort Ord's more south, Valerie. I was there. I love that place. That's my second favorite place. Oh, shoot. Fort Ord was very close to a beach town. What was the name of the beach town? That was going to be my next question, D. McCoy. You messed it up. What's the name of the town? Not yet. You guys don't. If it goes by new name, I don't know. Craig, you got it. Carmel. I got the worst sunburn in the world over there. That's before I ever learned about sunscreen. Whew, I was hurting for days. Okay. For a dime, name me a town that is centered out of San Francisco that had a Netflix sequel show. Anybody know it? I'll repeat the question. Hey, Tony, welcome back. Name me a TV show that was centered out of San Francisco. And years later, there was a sequel TV show also out of San Francisco with the same cast, or basically almost the same cast. Tony Minuti, you got it. I love that show. Absolutely love that show. I did too, Lady Bluegrass. Absolutely loved it. for a dime, and we're going to do the rolls here in a second. For a dime, what's the name of the actor that played the father that is now unfortunately passed away? RH, correct. Now, I'm not sure how hard this is going to be, this next question, but I never knew this until many years later, how foul-mouthed that hey, Sadrach, Ryan, welcome to the jungle. I never knew how foul-mouthed Bob Saget could be. I always saw him as like straight-laced, like Yankee stacking quality. And when I first started hearing his stand-up, I was like, oh my goodness. And my son used to laugh because he saw how shocked I was. So let me run this by you. I listened while Saget was still alive. He did a routine about, he was filthy, definitely filthy. He ran a routine on someone that he said he really hated. I don't know if he really did hate him, but his routine said that he really hated this guy. Who was it? No, he did say things against Stamos, but yeah, that's kind of, yeah, he said a lot of things about Stamos, but actually they were pretty good friends, but I can see where that gets a little confusing. So I'll give that to you, Lisa, but that's not who I was going for. I'll give it to you, Lisa, for a dime. I'll give you a hint. Most people did not refer to this person by his real name. No, not Dave Coulier. It was a person on the internet who said a lot of bad words. Okay, Bob Saget had a routine where he complained about someone that he hated. I don't know if he really did, but he said he hated. And when he told this story, it was very, very, very funny. I don't remember him doing a routine on Andrew Dice Clay. He was on the internet. He had videos on the internet. No, it wasn't Dangerfield. I picked a good one this time. I'll give you another hint. No, it wasn't Carrot Top. I'll give you another hint, but if I give you one more hint, it drops from a quarter down to a dime. Lady Bluegrass, you use whatever you got available to you, because I'm sure RH and Knock stacks, and everybody else is using it too. I don't care. Okay, my last hint before it drops down in value is you guys are giving me real names. This person was not known by his real name. And you know how Bruce Wayne is not known as Bruce Wayne. He's known as Batman. And Clark Kent is not known as Clark Kent. He's known as Superman. Okay? And Peter Parker is not known by his real name. He's known as Spider-Man. The hint is the name ends with man. I didn't say it was his real name. I said it wasn't his real name. The name that people know this person by is not his real name. Okay, this hint is going to drop it down to a dime. You want the hint, or do you still want to guess? Okay, it goes down to a dime. Okay. This person who is more known not by his real name, but by something man, frequently when he cursed, didn't use the curse words. He would use Bob Saget's name as a form of cursing. Who is it? No, not Joe Pesci. Remember, I said it wasn't his real name. Tourette's guy. I've always seen him as Tourette's man, but I'll give it to you, Bourbon. Some people, I guess, do call him Tourette's guy. Everything I've ever seen is Tourette's man, but I'll give that to you. So, let's go down with, let's see, where's that? There it is. Let's see here. RH, you got the ones with the numbers 82, 47, 79. Do you want me to roll or not roll? And unfortunately, you didn't get to keep it, RH. Check. For getting Drew Brophy. Roll or not roll? Not roll. Got it. Okay, let's see here. D, McKay. You got the answer for roar for a dime. Do you want me to roll or not roll? Okay. Tony Minuti, you said explain please. What do you want me to explain something to you or someone else? And you got 2, so you get to double what you got. You want me to explain the roll? I'll be happy to. Before I do that, give me a moment to make a run to the little tiger's room. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. And back to where I was at. Czech Stacker. For Presidio San Francisco for a dime, do you want to keep it or do you want to roll? Roll it. Got it. And I see one eye of the tiger and you get to keep it. Tony Minuti for Full House. Roll or not roll? Roll it. Okay. And you get to keep it. Craig, for Carmel, a dime, Roll or not roll? Oh, I forgot to tell you, Tony. You know, I peed my brains out. Sorry about that. I'll tell you about that in a second. Craig, roll or not roll? Okay. And you get to keep it. Okay, Tony, here's how it works. I will go ahead and ask trivia type of questions because I'm low tech and I'm waiting for help to learn things like wheel of names and Nightbot and other things. And I don't want to do races like so many other people are doing. Just don't want to do it. Just, to me, just doesn't seem like it's that much fun. Some people like it, I guess, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. But what I decided to do was just have a chat session with everyone, give some advice, take some advice, that type of stuff. My wife was born in the year of the snake. And when you get 2 1s, thank you, Yamaoti, did I say that right? Yamaoti? I the snake eyes, and I bought these 2 from SD Bullion. No, JM Bullion, and it has tiger faces on one side. So, and you heard Eye of the Tiger. By the way, I got these from Backyard Bullion. So if you win a quiz question, you get a dime, a quarter, or if it's really hard, a $50. You can choose to keep what you want. No harm, no foul. You can choose to roll the dice. If you roll the dice and you get no eyes, you lose your winnings. If you get 1 eye, you get to keep what you got. 2 eyes, you double. 3 eyes, you triple. 4 eyes, you quadruple. Does that make sense for you? Shipping international. Where are you at, Yamao? I've just prepared. I've just prepared an envelope for a 4-eyed snake. Okay. I just prepared an envelope to go to our resident Canuck. They're sitting upstairs. I just did those earlier today. I don't know where you're at, Yamao. What's the Curse Bowl? Okay. I'll tell you about the Curse Bowl. I'm trying very hard to be a better person. One of my mentors is Yankee Stacking. He's a very good man, very highly religious, loves Jesus to the core, and he's very successful at YouTube, and he's been both a coach to me as far as YouTube and a coach to me, whether he knows it or not, as far as being a better person. And I've gone through some really rough times recently. So I get mad, I say lots of bad words, and I need to learn how to control that. So I decided, tell Nickel Stack thanks for sending you my way. So every time I say a bad word, I throw in a dime. If it's a real bad one, I might throw in more than a dime. Well, TuliTuli, bless her little heart, told me I spelled bowel or bowl wrong. That's bowel, like your intestines, and Curse BOWEL. And I decided after thinking about it, and talking with Tuli, I'm not changing the name. We're going to put poop emojis in there. No, that the wifey doesn't get the Curse Bowl or Curse BOWEL. what's going to happen is, I haven't decided yet, and I'm open to suggestions. Does the Curse BOWEL go when you as a giveaway when I hit 100 or 1,000 views, and again at 2,000, again at 3,000, again at 4,000, or do I hold it until I get 1,000 subs, or do I include all of that? 1,000 subs, 1,000 view hours, 2,000 view hours, 4,000 view hours, and so forth and so on. So I'm and right now I've got in the 1,000 sub bowl, if you will, and I'll add to it. But right now, what I got in the 1,000 sub bowl is the following. I have an un peso, an Indian 999 round, now two 90% quarters, and 2.5 grams of gold. 14K, but 0.5. Oh, you're in Australia? I didn't know you were in Australia. I need to go to Australia. Nix, welcome to the jungle, princess. Hey, Nix, just to bring you up to speed, your envelope is made. I went back because you were kind of new, didn't know some of the rules. I went ahead and made your envelope for every time you've won that you kept what your winnings were. Oh, speaking about rules, I forgot myself. These are the rules. Okay? You must email me your name, your address, your YouTube name, the answers that you won, and what your rewards is or are. Next, it's nice to be good to you. It's so easy to be good to you. You're a sweetheart. But you have to send that to me. Now, I have 2 emails because I got techie problems. I have the Tiger Stacker at gmail.com. I cannot get it to go on my computer. It goes on my phone, but it can't get it to go on the computer. And I can't get my phone to print. Because what I like to do is I like to print your response to me, put it in the envelope with your winnings. So, if you send, the other one is thetigerstacker@yahoo.com. If you send it to that one, I would go ahead and print it, and that type of thing. Some of you have recently sent it only to Gmail, and I'm fighting to get it over to Yahoo. I'm kind of having a little difficulty, but I'm doing it. But it would be best to send it to both simultaneously. That way I see it on the phone when I need to. When I'm home, I can print it, make out the envelope, put your winnings in it, and there you go. So the Tiger Stacker at both. The Tiger Stacker at gmail.com, which I will respond to you. It's okay. I put it in your letter, Nix. You'll understand. And the Tiger Stacker at Yahoo, which I won't respond to, but I will print and get your envelope ready. But Nix, it's all in the letter, and I got it set up for you. Next step, please send me an email within please send me an email within 48 hours. If you go as far as like the next live stream and I didn't hear from you, you're going to have to forfeit it. Yamao, can you clue me in how much it costs to send to Australia? I mean, I'd really like to know. Besides, I really love Mark, who is on the Silver Stacker, on his live streams. He's a scream. Okay, next rule. Oh, thank you, Tuli. You're back. Welcome. So if I curse, I throw it into the curse bowel. If you curse when I'm monetized, I would like it if you just put a $2 super chat in, because that money's going to go into the same bowl or bowel, and that'll be given away at the next level of a giveaway. If you don't want to, I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to track you down. It's all on the honor system. So, Nick said, before you give me a hard time, I'm going to tell you what I told everybody else. I misspelled the word bowl. And Tuli pointed it out to me. And I also recently got an email from someone giving me a hard time about having the wrong word on the bowl or the bowel. But you consider what I do for a living. I'm an ER doctor. I deal more with bowels than bowls. So I decided I'm going to just run with it. And I decided to put in poop emojis into the curse bowel. That way it makes it more official. Thank you, Nix. I appreciate it. So let me get back to where I was at. RH for Bob Saget. Roll or not roll? That was for a dime. Roll. You got an eye, you get to keep it. Eye of the tiger. Yamao, if I ever get out to Australia, you're going to have to take me out where the roos are. I love watching videos on kangaroos. And I understand the wombat is somewhat similar to the kangaroo. Are you kidding, Nix? Am I 614? Hold on, let me go over that. I see 611. Let me refresh. Wow. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Wow. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. I really need to learn. Stormy sent me a link. I'm going to try that link as soon as I get a moment and see if I can at least get a Nightbot. Anyway, Stamos, Lisa B, you got Stamos for a dime. Do you want me to roll or not roll? You got it. You got 2 eyes, you get to double. So 20 cents. For what I was always watching Tourette's Man, and you might be right, it might be Tourette's guy, maybe I'm getting old. Bourbon Stacker. Do you want me to roll or not roll? I don't even know what a Vegemite sandwich is, but since that song came out, I want one. I want a Vegemite sandwich just to taste it. I count 2 eyes, so that's a double. That's not an eye of the tiger. Okay. Check for a quarter. You got, no, we already did that. You wanted to keep it. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Okay. Riddle. An airplane goes down and crashes, and not a single person survives. Who walks out of the plane and why? Okay, question again. An airplane goes down and totally crashes. Bourbon Stacker, you got it. I'll repeat the question anyway. The question is, the riddle is, airplane goes down and crashes, and not a single person survives. So who walks out of the airplane? All the married people, because they're not single. So Bourbon got that for a quarter, because I didn't think, I thought it would take you guys a little longer than that. Bourbon, do you want to roll or do you want to keep it? That's a big thing with riddles. That's a big thing with riddles, Lady Bluegrass. Is all about listening to the details. And that's not a tiger. Unfortunately, you lost that, Bourbon. But no, it's all. Yeah, it's tricky. That's why they're riddles. You know, and that's one of the reasons why it's always good to listen to the details. Because it's really kind of hard when if you don't listen to the details. Hold a second here. Trying to pull something up. I can't pull that out. That's a little bit esoteric. Okay. Okay, here's one for you. For my 2 dimes, who was buried with a roll of dimes? Who was buried with a roll of dimes? I have no clue, Lisa B. Yamal, can you check on how much it costs to go to send to Australia? I'm going to ask another one here for you. Hint 1 of the Rat Pack. Roll of dimes? Would that be the guy who had dinner with your? Oh, was Sammy Davis? Okay. Financially, for a dime. How did Sammy Davis die financially? That's it, Shadrach. If I remember the story, he had a hard time controlling his money. And his wife didn't know that she was financially devastated. So, let's see here. Yeah. And he was very, very talented. He started off as a little boy, too. Yeah, I think that was true about both of them. They just couldn't control it. But I don't know about Sammy, but I think Red Fox spent most of his money on women. You know, but a really interesting thing about Red Fox, when he was older and he had the gray hair from, Sanford and Son, when he shaved his head off season, he looked a lot younger. He was a scream. So here's one for you. Name me another comedian around the same time frame, maybe a little bit before, with the first name Red. No, we already did Red Buttons. Okay. I was actually looking for Red Skeleton, but Red Buttons is out there too. Okay, let's see who got it first. All right, I'll give you that for Red Buttons. And D. McCoy. So, let's see here. For Sammy Davis dying poor, Shadrach, do you want to roll or not roll? Craig, it went down the wrong pipe. I was thirsty. I drank a little bit of lemonade and it went down the wrong pipe. Roll, got it. And you get to keep it. You got one eye. I don't know that one. Thank you, Stacking Surfer. Really appreciate you being here. By the way, before you go, anyone who's not subscribed to Surfer, go do it. The guy is pretty darn smart. Even if he does like to stay out on the beach and get fried. Oh, who said that? I didn't say that. Valerie McKay, don't say things like that. So, no, he's pretty cool. And don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to LLC, Long Live Coins, and to Tuli. They're a great source of information too. And have you seen Tuli with fire? That girl's like a surgeon. She took a little spot of toning off of a gold coin like a surgeon would cut into your brain, a neurosurgeon would cut into your brain. Small, very talented. Hand didn't move. She solved her problems before she even did it, solved them all, and got it right the first time. I sat there actually, I played the thing twice because I was so shocked. I was like, my God, that girl could make a good surgeon. I'm very proud of her. All right. Red Skeleton, D. McCoy. Roll or not roll? You leaving, Czech? Thank you for everything. I really had a good time with you. Roll, got it. And that's the back end. Sorry, D. Have a good night, Czech. Enjoy tomorrow. Thanks for coming. For red buttons, RH. Roll or not roll? Hello, Mike Panucci. Panucci. Welcome to the jungle, my friend. And unfortunately, you lost that RH. I can't say bye. Well, I don't want you to say bye, but if you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. But if you want to stay, you can stay. I'll roll with either. Into 1K GAW. Sadrak. Tiger, put mine in the 1K GAW. Okay. Let's see here. How many did you win, Sadrak? Do you want just the one, or you want all of them put in the 1K GAW if you had more than one? Actually, I just see the one so far. Just the one, okay. And there you go. So, so let me run this by you. This is going to be an interesting piece of tidbit information. Maybe about 30 years ago, maybe. There was an actress. She didn't do big on the big movies, but she did big on the not so big movies. And she was in things like Weird Science in a small role. But she was in a big role in a not so big movie. And I want you to name the actress. The movie is called Night of the Creeps. No, Kelly LeBrock was the big name in Weird Science, but that's not the movie I'm mentioning. Movie I'm mentioning is Night of the Creeps. This actress had a lead role. Kamala Harris. Oh my goodness. Ryan, you got it right. Jill Whitlow. I won't tell you how, and I won't tell you how distant. But she's my relative. And when we were in Los Angeles together, her older sister did well, but Jill did better, in my opinion. And we didn't meet a lot in my lifetime. Yes, she was in Porky's. That was her very first exposure. My dad walked out of there. He walked out of there as fast as he could when she had to ask this one question. Jill walked up to the big guy, bebopping up there with their little ponytail going back and forth. Said, "Why did they call you meat?" My dad was so offended, he walked right out of there. He said, "I do not want to see a relative, even though we don't know, we're not affiliated with them. I don't want to see a relative with that type of comment attached to him." My dad was a good man. Oh, she might have been on Blossom. I know she played on an episode of, what was the TV show with Ricky Schroeder when he was a little boy? Can't remember it. I can see it in my eyes, but I can't remember it. But she was a really good actress. Silver Spoons, that's it. So, hello, RH. I'll give you I wouldn't even ask as a question. It was just me asking in general. So I'll give that to you for Silver Spoons. So, no, she was awesome. Yeah. Jill and I are at the same age. Jill and I are the same age, and we haven't met many times in my life. In fact, she's probably long since forgot about me because it's been so many years ago. But the very first time we spent time with them, we were little kids. The blue bucket, so I can see what it is. Can you hold up the history coin? The history coin. The history coin? What's the history coin? The history coin. The 2x2. Okay. Are you talking about this one? You're not talking about this one. You're talking about something in the 1K bucket. Is that right? The flip. You mean this one? Oh, history of Christianity. I see your point. This is a 14 karat gold, 0.5 grams, history of Christianity. I've toyed with the idea of putting a little more gold in there and keeping this for myself, but I'm arguing with myself daily on that one. Yeah, a proof Balboa. You want to see that, Lady Bluegrass? Ooh, Tony Minuti asks a very interesting personal question. That is the Balboa. Almost 4 ounces of silver. Republic of Panama. 20 Balboas. Yo, Adrian. So, Let me get this back where it belongs. Yeah, I just recently won that off of Ravenhawk Coins. I couldn't stand it. It was too pretty to leave it alone. I missed a question. I noticed that. Lady Bluegrass, if you're hearing the angels sing, I need to hang out with you because I need some angels around me too. That's in addition to all you friends out there. But just in case some of you are new to my channel and my live stream, I'll reiterate some of what's going on. Oops, I put that in the wrong place. Okay. For those of you who don't know this yet, this right here is the 1K GAW bucket. Okay. Lady Broodglass, you might be my sister because I've been through a lot too, sweetheart. So we got a 0.5 14 karat gold, another 0.5 14 karat gold, a 1 ounce 999 Indian head with a pretty interesting background on environment, a unce peso, two 90% quarters and a 90% dime. More will go into that as we get through time. Now, as far as, since I passed 500 subs, I plan on getting the Nightbot or Wheel of Names set up. And I'm hoping my brother-in-law is going to help me with that. I'm going to give away 2 ounces of silver for 500 subs. I'm going to do that on a live stream. And you can have a choice between choosing this one right here. I have 4 different types of 5 coins each. But this one here is the White Tiger of the West from Samoa. And I got 5 of those. I got Year of the Tiger. I got 5 of those. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm going to put these coins over there because they're all duplicates. And I'll show you the other 2 styles. I got to put these ones in little plastic baggies so they don't flop around everywhere. This one is Apex Predators, Komodo Dragon, and Tiger. And these ones are Lost Tigers of Cambodia. So 2 of those will go away for either Wheel Names or Nightbot, which I'm working on trying to get. As soon as I get it, we'll do a live stream, and 2 of you will get that. You have to be on the live stream, you have to be a sub. Also, I'm going to give 2 ounces away for when I reach 1,000 view hours. When I reach 2,000 view hours, I'm going to give 2 ounces away. 3,000 view hours. Thank you, Miss Lady Bluegrass. I appreciate that. 3 ounces when I reach 3,000 view hours. 4 ounces away at 4,000 view hours. And as far as the Curse BOWEL, I'm open to suggestions. Do I empty the Curse BOWEL at the 500 and the 1,000 views and the 2,000 views and the 3,000 views and the 4,000 views and also the 1,000 subs? I'm open to suggestions on that. But I get to keep the poop emojis. They're not easy to come by. I can get 90% silver easier than I can get poop emojis. They're more valuable. Oh, who said that? Thank you, Ryan. I have a guy that sent me a message on my comments. He said he wanted me to change the name and get a real bowl. I'm like, no, I'm too much of a twisted sister to do that. I enjoy having fun because my life is stressful. Just aren't trying hard. I think you just aren't trying hard enough. I'm not trying hard enough at what, Valerie? I know why you're buying up all the silver on all our auctions. We're on, we're on together. Oh, that's not entirely true. My buying has come down a good bit. I'm just not seeing as many things. It's fun to have little memes for your channel. Okay, thank you. If I see something that really strikes my fancy, I go after it. I am a stacker, I am a prepper, but I'm also finding out that I'm a little bit of a collector as well. And I kind of enjoy that. I didn't expect that to be that way, but I kind of enjoy that. And I'm collecting weird stuff as well as collectibles. You know, not only just libertads, and not only just interesting things like ships, but I find that I like collecting animals ever since I took the name Tiger. Believe it or not, I'm collecting bars. And if they come as a kit, I can get them as a kit. I enjoy them more. So one type of kit is a 5 ounce, a 10 ounce, and a kilo. Or a 1, 5, and a 10, or a 1, 5, 10, and a kilo. I won't go above a kilo. That's just getting a little bit too big. You ever see the, thank you, Valerie, I love animals. You ever see the 10 ounce bars that look like the aces, the cards aces? Expressing interest in antiques makes you more interesting, my friend. You know, I'm going to show some vintage silver in the future. I got some interesting vintage, but I want to be able to do an educational thing with them too. But that's coming. It's one of the many things that's inside my head that I just got to get done. But you know, every time I get to something else pops up. You love what, Valerie? So basically, you know, I collect different things. It's kind of strange. Me too, Shadrach. I collect pre-33 too. Who would ever thought Stormy would come up with a license plate? That man comes up with so much wild stuff. You want to see interesting pre-33, my friend? Take a look at that. 1984. $5 classic head in really good condition. I bought it for $830, and the comps were anywhere from $100 to $200 more than what I paid for it, because my pawn shop owner is really fair with her prices, but she's also really good to me. So another shout out to her. So if you ever want to see some of the upcoming videos, we're playing some really good stuff for shop videos. And she's not a coin shop, she's a pawn shop, but she's really good at bullion, coins, bars. She knows her stuff. You want to pick on anyone else's pawn shop? Okay, go ahead. Not mine. Shavella, the owner, is awesome. And yes, Teresa, you're awesome too. Because I know if I don't call you out, you're going to tease me. That woman is vicious. So let's see here. How long have we been doing this? Oh my goodness, 212 minutes. My God, I didn't realize it was that chatty. My head's full of trivia and stuff. I'm gonna think maybe we need to bring this to a close, but before we do, RH, I forgot to ask you. On silver spoons, did you want to roll or not roll? Good going, Steve. I have 6 chickens, and we have a bunch of rabbits. I've had to harvest a bunch of rabbits. I got to harvest a bunch more because we got little ones on the way. And you lost that, RH. Sorry. So let me give you one last riddle, and then we're going to close this. Oh yeah, they are. Okay. What has 13 hearts but no other organs? God, I should have known it was going to be RH. How did you know that so fast? RH is a beast. Him and Knox, they're like, the 1-2 punch. So, RH, roll or not roll? And, dude, you doubled. So that was actually for a quarter, so you got 50 cents. I'm telling you, RH and Knox, they're beasts. And when T the Silver Stacker asks his questions, I try. At one time, he asked a question that I had given him information on. So the question was based upon what I had taught him, T that is. And my fingers couldn't move fast enough. Plus, I was in shock that that was the question that he asked. And RH nailed it. The man is a beast. So, we're now 215 minutes. 215 minutes. And I hope you're all okay, because I think maybe I'm getting a little tired. I need to maybe put my head down a little bit. I had a wonderful time with all of you. You're getting rummy, brother. Rummy. Whatever rummy is. Maybe I am getting rummy. So I had a wonderful time with all of you. I want to thank all my mods, LLC, Tuli, AA, Nix. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all the compliments. Believe it or not, I show up unprepared for these things. I just enjoyed talking to you and figuring out how to do live streams and all that wonderful stuff. So I just roll off the cuff. Whatever the topic comes up, I just kind of roll with it. But again, thank you for all your prayers. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for everything. Have a good night, brother. Hope you have a good rest of the holiday weekend. Actually, all of you have a good rest of the holiday weekend. And I'm so very grateful for the friendships that I've been making here, and all your prayers. And for those of you who might have missed this earlier, for some reason I'll consider it divine intervention. My son reached out to me. He wanted to meet. I'm still a little leery after we've met, but it seems good so far. And I'm praying that he's starting to see the ways of his mistakes, and that we're going to be able to see our grandchild on a regular basis. Which means I gotta clean up the place and find better hiding places for my guns, and the silver has got to all go back into the safe. So I want to, because I use it here for all these videos I do for you. Anyway, thank you all so very much. May you all have the best rest of the holiday. May God stay with you and keep all of you safe. And as I always say, protect your family, love each other. I don't care if you get mad at each other and you want to strangle each other, love each other. And on that note, I wish you nothing but the best, and may God bless your lives and stay with you through the good and the bad times. Thank you all very much. Good night, everyone. Tiger Stacker is out.